Hi everyone, this is Miss Jenny and welcome to a book tasting. Today I'm going to read you the first chapter of the Magic Misfits by Neil Patrick Harris. Let's get started. Chapter 1. In the darkness of the train yard, somewhere on the far edge of town, a shadowy figure emerged from a thick curtain of fog. The person looked back once before dashing alongside several rows of empty train tracks. Now, if you're anything like me, you might flinch when imagining a shadowy figure emerging from a nighttime fog in a nearly abandoned train yard lit only by distant streetlights. But you needn't worry here. It was merely a skinny boy named Carter Locke. If you were to worry about anyone at this moment, it should be the man who was not far behind, the man who was chasing Carter through the train yard, bellowing, "Carter, get back here! Don't you run from me, boy! I ain't going to hurt you!" This was a lie. The man very much intended to hurt Carter. Thankfully, Carter knew it, so he pumped his legs and clutched his satchel and strained through the murk to see which line of cars was chugging down the tracks and out of the train yard. The wail of a horn blasted Carter's eardrums, and he stumbled across a rail. Several rows away, there came a familiar metal clanking. A rusty but colorful chain of cars clacked by, catching speed and whisking away the mist. Carter could see clearly now. He jumped over the tracks and raced to keep up with the moving train. From down the yard, the cars kept coming and coming and coming. Red, blue, green, yellow, purple, redder, black, orange, redder still. The colorful train reminded Carter of the first magic trick he'd ever seen, a gentle hand coming close to his face and pulling a red silk handkerchief from his ear, which was tied to a yellow one, which was tied to a blue one, which was tied to a green one, and so on and so on and on and on. It was one of the few memories Carter had of his own father. Instinctively, Carter touched his satchel. As if to make sure the small wooden box was still inside, it was. Carter ran alongside the train, eyeing each passing car for a place to board. Behind him, footsteps sounded in the gravel. Then a gruff, cruel voice rang out, "Carter, don't you dare hop on that train." The clanging and banging did not drown out the man, who sounded closer now than before, almost directly behind him. "I've got eyes and ears in every town between here and Timbuktu. You'll never escape. Hear me? Never." Carter tried not to think what would happen if the man caught him. Instead, he focused on the locomotive. Light glinted off the heavy wheels below as they rolled upon the tracks. The problem with trains is that they are made of metal and each car weighs a literal ton, if not more. Once they're moving, they move quickly. If Carter got too close, if he tripped, it would all be over. A bright yellow train car was now edging past him. Yellow reminded Carter of a bird he once saw locked up in a cage in the window of a pet store. Weren't birds designed to fly free? Carter took it as a sign that this was the one to reach for, the one that would take him far away from here. Its ladder was just out of reach. Jumping a train in motion may have been hard or even scary for some, but Carter had done it so many times it came as naturally as plucking a coin from behind someone's ear or shuffling a deck of cards with only one hand. Unfortunately, the man who was chasing Carter found it easy too. If Carter was about to clasp the ladder, the man grabbed Carter's satchel and dragged him to the ground. "No!" Carter yelled. They both tumbled across the gravel, rolling beside the wheels of the car that went bump, 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 over the rickety tracks, echoing the flutter of Carter's panicked heartbeat. He didn't know what to imagine what would happen if the train left without him. So Carter didn't stop moving. He twisted his body until the rolling turned into a somersault. As he pitched himself forward, head over heels, Carter yanked his bag away from the man's grip, planted his feet on the shifting gravel, then leapt towards the train's last car. A ladder hung down from the car rear next to an open door. Carter's fast hands grabbed the bottom rung, his taut tendons holding him tight. Climbing up and onto the ladder, he pulled his feet up and clung to the back of the now racing train. After catching his breath, he moved all the way to the top, taking a seat on the car's roof. The wind whipped his hair around. The train's horn cried out again from up ahead. Looking back, he saw the man kneeling by the tracks, arms raised in anger, screaming into the night and quickly shrinking into a dot that eventually disappeared in the murky distance. Carter waved goodbye to the town, to Miss Zalewski and the man who was chasing him, though if it had been possible to wish the man bad bye, Carter would certainly have done that instead. The sky turned a beautiful blue as the sun came up. After some time, the familiar rocking and loud metal churning of the train calmed Carter's heart and soon brought a yawn to his jaw. So he climbed down and into the train car. Inside, hundreds of boxes were stacked on wooden pallets. Plopping himself onto the floor beside one such stack, Carter placed his satchel underneath his head like a pillow, then drifted off to sleep, dreaming about hope and fate and destiny and adventure, as well as the fleeting thought or two about the possibility of magic. That was chapter 1, and the cool thing about this book, if you decide to check it out, is that it also teaches you how to do some magic tricks yourself. So in this chapter here, it teaches you how to roll coins over your knuckle. I'm going to go ahead and read this one, but there are a few other tricks that if you check this book out, you can learn a few more tricks. How to roll coins on your knuckles. Oh, hello there. Sorry to interrupt. You are probably expecting further tales of Carter. They'll continue right after this brief magical interruption. You may skip ahead if you like, I won't take offense, or you could stay a moment and learn a bit of magic to impress your family, your friends, and your pets. Yes, animals like magic too. You might be thinking the magic tricks in this book are impossible for you to learn, but you're wrong. Learning magic is not a trick at all. It's a skill. Magic is like learning to ride a bike or play the piano. It's not hard to learn, but mastering the best parts are a matter of practice, practice, and more practice. That means if you work hard at it, then you too can be as good as Mr. Vernon when it comes to coin skills. I'll give you the basics. Perhaps your parents can give you the coin. Step 1, hold your hand out, palm facing down. Step 2, take a coin and place it on top of your middle finger, like this. Whoop. Step 3, lift your index finger until it is above the coin. You can also lower the middle finger to help. Here comes the tricky part. Slowly move the two fingers in the opposite direction. Your middle finger goes up while your index finger goes down. It should catch the edge of the coin, making the coin flip over from the middle finger to the index finger. Let's see if I can do it. If you have a coin, you can try it with me. It's best to start with a quarter, they said. So your hand goes face down, put it on your middle finger, and then you pick up your index finger and try to flip it onto your pointer finger. And then you can try to flip it back. Now keep doing this over and over and over and over again. Once you have mastered it and can do it fast or slow, try moving the coin from the index finger to the middle finger to the ring finger. Got it? Now add in the pinky finger. Hard, isn't it? But don't give up. As all magicians know, practice makes perfect. Remember, practice, practice, and more practice. And then practice again. And after that, practice a little more. Then take a nap, wake up, have a snack, and get back to practicing. All this work pays off. I should know. Once upon a time, I was just like you. All right, everyone. That was from The Magic Misfits by Neil Patrick Harris. You can check this one out through curbside pickup, or you could check out our website for the ebook or audiobook. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.